Hello, welcome to September 20th, 2023. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation, an exercise that I do each and every morning, a little bit after waking up. It's now 4:42 a.m. I do this every day to remember my life objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone, which you can get a copy of at the link above. And if there's no link showing, you'll find the link down in the description. I also use this time to reflect on the last 24 hours, including my sleep, to see how I did with the challenges and opportunities of yesterday. I further think about the coming day, looking at what's ahead and forecasting out where the rough spots might be and how I will address those. I finish by checking if I'm ready for death. So let's begin. But first, not a poem, but a bit of writing. I'm starting the book of poems by Alfred Lord Tennyson, probably one of the most distinguished poets of the Victorian age in England. I'm starting a collection of poetry books, and I just cycle through every day and pick out a different one and read a poem from each book. This is fun. I'm really introducing and making poetry a part of my life now. And I was reading the biography, or the introduction here, and I found this first bit here, which is a bit of writing describing an anecdote in Lord Tennyson's family life that I wanted to share with you. Here we go. This is from Sir Charles Tennyson, a citation by Norman Page, and this is a snippet from their life. Lord Tennyson, he'd been out walking one morning, and he came back with the great wide-awake hat full of the most terrible-looking fungi, which he brought into the drawing room where I happened to be with my grandmother. He showed her his hat full of these objects and said, "Emily, will you please have these cooked for luncheon?" My grandmother was absolutely horrified. "My dear Allie," she always called him Allie, "you couldn't possibly eat those. I'm sure they're most unsafe and poisonous." He said, "Emily, I know quite well what they are. They're very good to eat, and I should like to have them cooked for luncheon." I think my grandmother, although she was said to influence his poetry unduly, always knew when she was beaten. So she rang the bell and gave the hat full of mushrooms to the butler, who carried them off and had them cooked. At luncheon, they appeared on a very large dish, and they were handed all around the table, and everybody refused them until they got to him. He was, of course, last on the circuit, and rather aggressively he took the whole contents of the dish and ate them all, with everyone glaring anxiously at him, thinking that he would probably fall down dead. Sounds like an interesting character, so I'm going to enjoy learning further about this man and then enjoying his poetry on a going forward basis. Okay, last night and yesterday. Wait a minute, is that how I do it? Yeah. Last night and suddenly I can't remember how I do this. Last night and yesterday, it was a half a day of work and half a day. Well, it was all day work. I was at work. But I took, because went to my work's HR to talk to the retirement counselor there. So, but it was a good, solid morning of meetings. And then in the afternoon, I just had the one meeting and then the retirement counseling thing. And that was good and really effective. It was 2 of 3 steps towards retirement in terms of preparation at this late stage. So it was a good day. In terms of surprises and stuff, I probably wasn't as productive as I'd like, given that I did that retirement counseling thing. So I'm very sensitive to that. If I'm not 100% productive, I don't feel good about myself. It's just my nature. Let's do the good life. 8 objectives. To be always ready to die. To make good and effective use of time, to develop and maintain good and sound life principles, to cultivate good emotional reactions, to perform good actions, to recognize my true limits and true opportunities, to do just one thing at a time, and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully, and to be always ready to die. No. And to maintain my balance. You see, I'm not with it today. I really don't feel good. The one thing the guy told me, the retirement guy told me yesterday, I have so much sick leave built up that I'm going to effectively lose. He's like, you need to get sick more often, Kurt. I don't feel good today. I should just take the day off. But like I said, the thing I said about myself, I'd rather just lose this sick leave than, it's not in me. I'll give it some thought, but I don't feel good. Now, as for today, got a lot of meetings today. I'll attend those meetings and move forward. I don't feel good. I'll have some breakfast and see if that makes me feel any better. We'll see how that goes. Man, I'm glad it's near the end. I mean, the end of my work life. I don't think I could keep this up. I'm just too tired. Too worn out. Am I ready to die? Are my affairs in order? Yeah. Are my relationships sound? Yes. Is my life's work complete? Yeah, my daughter's grown and my book is writ. I'm going to sign off for now. I'm going to finish this up, go have something to eat, and see how I feel, and see how I go forward with the day. Sit up straight, Kurt. Oh, one last thing. I was thinking about adding a new principle to the good life. I'm not sure if I will. Tentatively called the principle of preparation or preparedness, something like that. Readiness, maybe. 3 things are in mind. Readiness for marriage, readiness for family, and readiness for old age. Leaving the details up to the individual, but these are 3 giant things that I sometimes think that we don't give a lot of thought to. Particularly the one that's coming to mind is the retirement one, right? I mean, I just got lucky that I just happened to make the right steps along the way without really giving it a lot of thought that put me in a position that I can retire now at age 60. If I had just made slightly different steps, I wouldn't be in that case, and I'd be stuck working, continuing to work. And that's a horror to me at this point, literally a horror. I'm so tired, I'm so burned out. And I was thinking, you should add something to the good life, Kurt. And people also do the same thing with regard to marriage and family. I could also add school, but then it becomes a whole long list. But I was thinking those 3 biggies, marriage, family, and old age. Prepare, at least give it thought. I'm not saying what the right decision is. I'm just suggesting to think about it. I think I'll add that. That'll be principle number 35 and the one to finish with. I think I decided that just now. I'll stop for now. Be safe, but not too safe. And be prepared. Prepare. Take care.